As a chosen one, your life is not meant to follow the same patterns as everyone else. You are not called to blend in. You are called to lead, to influence, and to carry the presence of God in a world that desperately needs it. And because of that, your journey is different. You are not just living for yourself, you are living for a greater purpose. That means that everything you go through, including the isolation and heartache, is shaping you into the vessel God needs you to be.
Welcome back to In His Mind. I absolutely hate these single videos, like they set them apart in such a way where like this, they recognize the uniqueness and people being single and that there is a lot attached to it. But one of the things that I try to remember and hold on to, because this is absolutely important, are some of the clips that I've seen of happy couples where everything seems to be perfect, and they show, some of these couples actually show clips of like their time together when they're happy. But this one stands out where it's a minute of pure happiness where their family is starting, but the wife develops something, cancer, or she's got a bandage wrapped around her head and one eye, and in the next scene you see the guy crying his heart out. Like, on one hand, it's like, is it better to have loved and lost, or to never have experienced love at all in the first place? And frankly, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because in some ways it is fulfilling, but it doesn't exactly absolve you of pain and struggles and stuff like that. And as other people have pointed out, two people coming together is going to be bringing a lot more issues and problems into the picture than just you by yourself. So like, on one hand, I wish I could, and I'm sure you and others are wishing that you could do something about being single too, but realistically on the other side, and this is for all those, this is a lot harder for those who are single who've never really had a relationship per se to see, but to understand that there's more behind the relationship that comes with it. The pain, the responsibility, the problems, the challenges, and very little of this will ever be handled as well as it could be. I mean, hindsight is something we all get, but I wish this was covered more in the church, I really do. Being single is not bad, but it sure as hell is made to be seen like the worst thing in the world. Like you're not worth anything, you have no value just because you're single. This is a struggle. But anyway, back to the point. I wish I could do something about this. And I don't want to say anything too extreme, but singleness is something that I think has a place in this world, but it's not a place that any of us want. Too much pain, too much loss, too many broken hearts. Yeah. Still, there's value in these videos, and I think there's a lot of thoughts to help us move forward as a whole. So even if one of these videos is not helpful to you, there are other videos out there by quite a few people who shed different light. They shed light on different perspectives within being single or being in a relationship. And to be honest, I want to say that the times are changing, society is changing to where what was once normal and decent may no longer be the case. My brother said before he passed away, sadly, that he didn't think he would want to have any kids because he was seeing what the world was becoming, and he's like, I don't think the world is becoming a place where kids should be raised up in it. If there's anything as far as a sign of the end times, and I know this is supported biblically in the Bible where it says, like, woe to those who are married or pregnant, something along the lines of that, where women have kids. This world I think the end of this world will be preceded by a lot of lonely, single people. And it's something that I've thought about for a long time. I don't know if there's anything of comfort there, but it's nice to know that A, we're not all alone, and B, that there's a purpose in all of this. It just takes possibly years to see this in your own life. I guess this is the downside of Valentine's Day, since this is at the very end here, around 11 p.m. Yeah, I'll link the video down below so you can check it out. It is worth watching, but it is kind of painful. Just remind yourself of what you have and of what you are avoiding, because that'll help you out as well as scripture and other truths that you come across. I know the men's groups are not as helpful to others as they have been to myself, but providing red flags and problems to avoid have been a lifesaver. I know so many people just say, oh yeah, they're just a bunch of angry men. Well, they're angry partly because their heart's been broken, and you're kind of ignoring that. That is exactly what I would say to these people, and that's what I have said to these people. You're just discounting what they said just because they're angry and they're upset and they're heartbroken. You only care about that they're angry. All right, until next time, take it easy.